everyone, welcome to Quick Science. The first chapter of Class 7 Science is Nutrition in Plants. In this video, we will try to understand how do plants prepare their food. Before that, a quick reminder, in my previous video, I have already explained about modes of nutrition and also about cells. If you have not checked the video, please watch the video. I am sure you will get good knowledge about modes of nutrition and cells. I will provide the link in the description box. Let's get into today's video. In this video, we will try to understand how do plants prepare their food. From your previous class, you must be knowing plants prepare their food by photosynthesis, right? So we will try to understand the process photosynthesis in detail. Before that, you may ask in which part of the plant food is prepared and how do they get their raw materials from their surroundings and how these raw materials are transported into the food factories of plants. So now we will try to get the answer for these questions. Okay. So let's proceed. Photosynthesis. So it's a process in which food is prepared in plants. Okay. For example, where do we prepare food at home? We prepare food in kitchen, right? Similarly, plants also prepare their food in leaves. So you should not forget leaves are the food factories of plants. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach leaves. So now we will understand what are raw materials. Okay. For example, if you have to cook rice, you need rice grains and water, right? So these rice grains and water becomes raw material. So now we will see what are those raw materials are. They are water, carbon dioxide, minerals and even sunlight. So all these raw materials must reach leaves so that plants can prepare their food. So now we will see how these raw materials are transported to the leaves. First we will see how actually water and minerals are transported into the leaves. As we all know, any plant it may be, roots will be in the soil. So these roots will absorb water and minerals from the soil and they will be transported to the leaves. Okay. Now we will see how carbon dioxide is taken in. So carbon dioxide which is present in air is taken in through tiny pores which is present on the surface of the leaves. So there will be certain small pores on the surface of the leaves and these pores are called stomata. Okay. So these stomata are surrounded by guard cells. So I will show you this stomata in the diagram given below. So here is a leaf. In this diagram also you can see here is a stoma. Okay. This is a small opening or small pore which is surrounded by guard cells. So these are guard cells. Okay. So now we will try to understand how water and minerals are transported to the leaves in detail. Roots in the soil will absorb water and minerals, right? So these water and minerals will be transported to the leaves by pipe-like structures. Okay, these pipe-like structures are called vessels. These pipe-like structures are present in almost all the parts of the plants. They are present in roots, stem, branches as well as in the leaves. So these vessels are of two types. One is xylem, another one is phloem. Xylem helps in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil and it helps in the transportation of water and minerals to the leaves. Whereas phloem helps to carry the food which is prepared in the leaves to the different parts of the plants. Okay. So there are two types of vessels. One is xylem and phloem. Through these vessels, water and minerals are transported to the leaves. Let's move on. The leaves have green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll helps to capture energy from the sunlight. So these chlorophyll are present only in plants. Hence, human cannot prepare their own food because chlorophyll is the only component which can absorb energy from the sunlight. So this energy which is captured by the chlorophyll is used to synthesize food using carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Here you can split the word photosynthesis into two parts. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine. Okay. And you should also remember photosynthesis takes place only in presence of sunlight. That means to say it happens only in the daytime. So now we understood chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are very necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It is a very unique process on the earth where solar energy is captured by the leaves and it is stored in the plant in the form of food. Thus we can say sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living organisms. Isn't it? Can you imagine life on earth in the absence of photosynthesis? Is it possible? Do you think any life can exist on earth without plants? It's highly impossible because if there is no photosynthesis, no plants on earth. When no plants on earth, no other living organism can exist on earth because in one or the other way, all the living organisms are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. Sometimes these living organisms are dependent on food made by the plants and we are also dependent on plants for our survival itself because oxygen is produced during photosynthesis. So now we will see the reaction or chemical equation of photosynthesis so that we will understand how oxygen is produced during the process. Okay. During photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing cells. So here you can see these are the cells which have chlorophyll in it. Okay. So as I already explained you, these chlorophyll containing cells will capture sunlight. Okay. This will capture sunlight and they utilize carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrate and oxygen. So now you understood oxygen is produced during photosynthesis. So during the process, oxygen is released. The carbohydrates ultimately get converted into starch. The presence of starch in leaves indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. The starch is also a carbohydrate. So in this chemical reaction, you can see carbohydrate is also synthesized. If you cut the leaf, you can feel the presence of starch in it. Okay, so that starch indicates photosynthesis has occurred in the particular plant. I will give you one more example. If you cut potatoes and if you keep them in water for some time, the water turns into whitish in color. That white color indicates the presence of starch. Okay, so the starch is also a carbohydrate. So now we understood the process of photosynthesis, isn't it? So the raw materials which are essential for photosynthesis are carbon dioxide, water and minerals and sunlight. And where do they get their raw materials? From their surrounding. Carbon dioxide is in air, water and minerals are in soil and sunlight obviously from sun. And how do they taken in? Carbon dioxide is taken in through stomata and stomata are on the surface of leaves. Water and minerals are absorbed by roots and it is carried through pipe-like structures called vessels. And these vessels are present in all the parts of the plant. Okay. And sunlight obviously by chlorophyll containing cells in the leaves. Hence, leaves are the food factories of plants. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon which is next to the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. All the best. Bye-bye.